This is week 2 of my songwriting process project. This week, I wanted to focus on the process itself and not the making music aspect. So, I wanted to keep it very simple, focus more on the repetition and not so much on making the song sound, for one thing, like I want it to, which sucks, and also sound good. Um, Whether it sounds good or not, that's subjective, so that's up to you. I think it sounds all right. But I wanted to really focus on the ideas and connecting them to how I write in the process of writing. So for the song itself, um, let's see. A lot of the patterns are uh, whatever I change, I only change one thing throughout the song. So if I wanted to go into a new section, I would only change one part, and I would either drop out instruments or add in instruments that I have before. If I wanted to change a part, then I would make sure that part is either being focused on. If it's not like the melody, the main idea of that part of the song, then I wouldn't change it. I'd make sure that I'm focused on what needs to be focused on, right? So a lot of the song, I don't know where I'm going with that sentence. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted to focus on each kind of part one at a time rather than all together. Um, in a sort of, yeah. But I really struggled with creating an introduction for the song, an intro, something cool and awesome to get you hyped up for whatever. It turns out introductions, just like when you're writing an essay, are really hard and I would debate even harder when you're writing a song. So I instead chose to repeat one of the main ideas or thesis statements as the introduction, and that kind of worked out, and I like it. The structure of the song itself is this introduction, which goes into a chorus and then a post-chorus, and then it kind of wraps itself up, and then conclusion. The chorus part that comes in after the introduction, I kind of thought as the first body paragraph, where I kind of introduce the biggest main idea of the song, which is this repeating melody in the background, and then I have the bass complementing that. The post chorus I would kind of be akin to a second body paragraph. I only usually write 2 body paragraphs when writing an essay, that just really long, rather than 3 medium length body paragraphs. Just personal preference. I like going into the analysis more. And I did the same thing here with the chorus and post chorus. In the post chorus, it's the same thing. It just adds this kind of flute melody over the top, kind of like a solo, kind of jazzy feel. And that's sort of like the main idea of that second body paragraph. In it, after that, it kind of has this transitory transition between the post chorus and this conclusion. There's no kind of conclusion part of the song, but what I am saying is the conclusion is just the ending, where the bass drum or not bass drum, but the bass synth, the 808 takes the lead, or is supposed to. I don't know if you can, depending on your headphones, you might not be able to hear it. So make sure you have good headphones listening to the song. But the bass ends on this one note, and I found a bunch of different notes that had worked. I found 3, but only 2 of them I felt like were appropriate. There's the root note, that feels really good to end on. E, kind of like home base, is what music theorists talk about. It feels like home. It's home base. It's the root note. It feels nice to end on. It feels like the song is done, finished. Instead, I chose to end it on the note A instead of E, which is, I think, a fifth. A is a fifth from E. And that kind of gives it that home feeling, but with a little bit of unresolvedness. And I really like the way it sounds. It's kind of like a personal musical preference, but anyway. So that's what I did for this week, focusing a lot on the process itself and restraining myself not to try and just make it sound good and overcomplicate things for myself. So that's what I wanted to do this week. The song you can listen to in like a few seconds. That's about all. Yeah. So go ahead and listen and I'll stop talking.